When I went into film school, I think I was the only person doing sound because there was already another course that was kind of sound design and music. So all the people that wanted to do sound design or kind of sound stuff just went and kind of had their own little group, and then it was kind of everyone else as a kind of free-for-all. But yeah, no, fantastic. It's really.
I mean, there's an interesting story here actually, which latches onto that. Now, when me and Arthur had Arthur's my boom operator, and we'll come back to this. I'm sure you want to work out how we got together. But when we finished doing Lock Stock, we did Lock Stock on our own, okay? And you know, we were shooting that 2-track, okay? We didn't use any radio mics, but doing a film with 2 guys, just a sound mixer and a boom operator, first assistant sound, it was tough. It was 6 days a week. You know, we were really pushed very, very hard. We got excellent results, but at the end of it, we were in pieces. And we promised each other that we would never, ever do another movie, just the 2 of us, and that we'd turn them down from that moment. If we weren't given a trainee, at the very least, that was it, they were getting turned down. And we stuck to that. But here's the thing, when we came to do our second movie, which was Fanny and Elvis, which was shooting in Yorkshire, starring Ray Winston and Kerry Fox, you know, I got offered the job, and I said, well, you know, you're going to have to get us a trainee. It was low budget. I knew I wasn't going to get a second AS, but a trainee was all I wanted. And they said, no, we can't afford a trainee. You know, and the negotiations started happening, and they said, look, what we're prepared to do is to get this guy. He's just out of film school in Sheffield, and because we're working in Yorkshire, he's, you know, we're not going to have to pay his accommodation, and we'll bring him on as your trainee. And I was like, oh, I don't want some guy that I've never worked with before, who's never done anything, that's just out of film school. Anyway, that was the deal. I had to take it. It got to loggerheads, and it was a take it or leave it situation, which I'm sure many of the guys watching this will be all too familiar with. So we went up there, and I met Robin Johnson, who had just come out of film school in Sheffield, and he did exactly what you did. Okay, he arrived at film school and noticed immediately no one wanted to do sound, not just production sound, but post-production sound. And he was like, oh, okay, so let me get this right. They're all going to shoot their separate grad films. No one wants to do their production sound, and they're going to do 1 film each. No one wants to do their production sound. They're all going to shoot at different times of the year, and no one wants to do their post-production sound. So if I become the sound guy, I can do all of the grad films, and I can do the production sound on all of them and the post-production sound on all of them. So I'm going to get 12 times as much experience as any of the rest of them shooting 1 grad film. So he was like, that's me. He went and did that, and I tell you, when he arrived on Fanny and Elvis with us, and I said to him, you know, I'd said to production, look, I don't want this local guy. Within like 3 days, Arthur and I were kind of shooting sideways glances at each other going, who is this guy? He knows everything. And at the end of Fanny and Elvis, we said to Robin Johnson, Robin, there's an opportunity here. We're just starting in our careers, but we're just going to do movies, and we want you to come and be our assistant on all the movies we do. You know, and I sat him down and I said, listen, there's a promise. If you leave Sheffield now, come down to London, get a bed sit, you will be on all of our movies. And I made him that promise, and he's now done 45 movies with us, and he's still with me and Arthur today. So, you know, for the guys arriving at film school, if you're not quite sure what you want to do, sometimes that opportunity in sound is golden.